Hello GDQ, I am Nerd Squared, and I'll be submitting Secret Agent Wizard Boy and the International Crime Syndicate, or just Secret Agent Wizard Boy, or even Wizard Boy for short, for the second wave submissions. What this game is it is essentially a stealth game with a fantasy twist, which you can probably just suss out from the title alone. A couple quick things about the game in general. This is made by the same dev that made My Friendly Neighborhood. Yes, that one, John Szymanski, aka Ducky. So you know this is going to be a good time, as we'll definitely see when we get into it. And this is also, well, you can't see it because my webcam is blocking it, but this is being submitted on beta 1.0.2 because this is an early access game at the moment. It entered early access around a month or so ago, or actually no, a couple months ago in early March. With beta 1.0.2 being the latest version, so it is actively being worked on, so things may change between now and GDQ if this were to be accepted, but for submission purposes we're going to go with the latest version, which of course is beta 1.0.2. The category I'll be submitting for this is all spells no out of bounds. There's 7 or so total spells that you can get in this version of the early access. With one that we technically get after the run ends, but it's obtained as part of the playthrough. That includes the run, so it still counts for our purposes. And it's no out of bounds, so we can't utilize any out of bounds trickery, some of which, funnily enough, is actually intended by Ducky, the developer. So we just have to stay within the boundaries of the school that we'll be running through and do some clean routes. So yeah, let's get right into it. Time starts the run when I skip this cutscene. Right there. So right away we'll go ahead and grab Fortify. This is pretty much our basic attacking spell. So that's first of 7 down already. I'll use it to pop that balloon because we'll be needing to use that orb that we get from that balloon in order to craft a potion. You'll see what the purpose of that is in a second. But I'm gonna real quickly babysit this girl right here that you can't quite see right now, but she's walking up those stairs. Because in addition to grabbing the 7 spells I talked about, we have to grab 6 different shapes, which basically serve as keys in this level, in order to open a door that leads to the end of the level, and therefore the end of the early access beta. And this one, for the most part, we can grab them without having to deal with the students and therefore having to deal with the stealth mechanics. But this student is holding one, so we have to dispose of her somehow, and we're going to use that with this column trap right there. So we'll just go ahead and bonk her on the head, and she drops a shape for us. Thank you, student. I think her name is Angela, so good job, Angela. I have to go ahead and find the orb. There it is. Like I said, we need that orb to grab a potion. You can see that cauldron at the end of the hall. You can craft potions in this. They each give you different effects, but the most important one for us that we'll get to see in a second is a speed potion. And not only are there speed potions, there's like several different levels of speed potion. The one we wanted to go for gives us, I think, 4 times speed. So we'll drop the orb in there. We're also going to grab these 6 in here. I'm going to put in several 6 at a time, because depending on the amount of 6 that you put in, you get more and more potions. So we'll grab 1 potion right there, and we'll have 2 as a backup for later. And now we have basically 4 times our normal movement speed, which is going to help us a lot with going fast throughout the school. We've got our second spell, Flambalio. Not really used in the run, but we kind of need it as part of the category rules. And that's why I grabbed those speed potion backups. Like I said, this is a very silly version of Hitman, and that's what I meant by that, because there's some really interesting physics interactions in this game, some of which can kill you, as it turns out. Because I was trying to blast those chalices away, or those goblets away, to open that cabinet, but one of them just flew in just the right direction to bonk me on the head, because that's how this game can be sometimes. Luckily I cleared most of them out of the way. The reason we open that is just to open the shortcut right here. This can be kind of dangerous depending on how this guy decides to aggro. That can happen too. You can just bonk me, or I can just get bonked with a book. That happens sometimes. So that's kind of the annoying thing with trying to run this game, at least at a high level. The stealth mechanics, and even just the physics in general can be a huge troll and kill you at inopportune times. So you kind of just have to roll with the punches and deal with what the game gives you. Wait until he's aggroed on that other student in the back there this time. That way you don't have to deal with them. That's our second shape. Earlier, by the way, I threw a shape down an elevator shaft. That way you can grab it for later. And I'll put this torch in. I'll open a secret passageway for later. We'll get our third spell as well. Perambulate. That's basically this game's telekinesis. We'll be using that one time for a safety strat later. And I grab that key to go into this classroom because there's a secret door that'll give us Bigify. It's pretty straightforward what that spell does. It lets us make things big, which we're going to do on this desk right here to get up to another spell right away as well. Minify. Now it kind of does the opposite of Minify, or Bigify, pretty obvious. And we'll just go right on out of here. And we'll go over to the shop, which is where our fourth shape is, this pyramid. We're supposed to spend 50 biscuits, which is this game's currency, to be able to grab that. But it turns out you can just sneak behind the shopkeeper right there and grab it from behind. So that way you don't have to spend biscuits, which makes the routing a lot simpler. And you're supposed to avoid triggering these lasers, because as you can hear, they shoot rockets at you when you trigger them, but with super speed, we don't really have to worry about that. I'll drop those shapes down, grab this health potion, because if you fall from a great height and you have a health potion equipped, you automatically equip it, or automatically use it, I mean, and you don't die from fall damage. And also those boots that we just grabbed are a bit of a troll. Those are a fall damage upgrade that make you take less fall damage, and it's put right next to a spot where you're guaranteed to die from fall damage, because Ducky is very trolly like that. But in any case, we've dropped all three of those shapes down, so we'll put those shapes in as well as the shape that we grabbed from before. Go to this potions classroom right here, because there's two ways you can get this next key that we need to grab. You can either kill a student that's wandering around this basement area, which definitely doesn't sound morbid at all, or you can go in here and grab this key from this hidden room. So we'll grab the key there. And our last real shape that we need to grab that involves going into secret areas is in this room over here. And you normally need a hat, kind of similar to the disguise system from Hitman, to be able to get in here. But with super speed, we can go past the gate that normally raises up, that prevents you from getting in here. I'll grab this cube shape right here, put that in the door, and then we have one last shape to grab after grabbing Depello there. It's on this knight, and we have to be careful to avoid getting hit by it as he throws it at us. Luckily, we're fine. Let's go ahead and grab that diamond in, put it in the door, and time is when the screen goes to black. There we go. It's obviously a little fast-paced, so it's a little tough to explain as the run goes along, but it's still a really goofy game, really fun speedrun, really cool strats, as you saw with this hyperspeed potion there, and managing the stealth mechanics. It's all really cool. I realize there's some slight concern there might be with this game having proximity to some other Wizard games I will not name, but I think it's far enough removed from those games so we don't really have to worry about it, in case that was a concern. But yeah, that's Secret Agent Wizard Boy, all spells. I basically already explained what this run is all about, and you just saw a full run there. Even if it goes a little awry, as you saw with a couple of deaths, we can still back it up pretty easily and go pretty far under estimate, pretty reliably. My suggested estimate for this is going to be around 10 or so minutes, and as you can see there, at worst, I get around 7 minutes, and my PB, which is also currently the world record, sort of, is 4.5 minutes. And at the end of this mission, I just want to give a few quick shout-outs. First of all, to Ducky for making this game. love his work with My Friendly Neighborhood and now this game, so I'm very curious to see where this goes in future early access updates. Hockey Babbler, who has been a host at GDQ for quite a while. I've collaborated with her on routing this, and it's been a lot of fun. Shoutouts to Babs. And also to the Games Committee for watching this mission and considering it potentially for a second wave. Hope you accept my run. Thanks.